Hello, hello, hello. Welcome to Wednesday's Livepeer Fireside. Thanks for coming and watching and joining our weekly event where we talk about all the high impact things currently happening in the ecosystem. First, if you're watching on Twitter, please scan the QR code to join our community. Discord is where everything happens within the Livepeer ecosystem. And lots going on right now, so definitely a great time to join. Also, we are building a real-time video AI community called Daydream. Scan the QR code to look at the experience, and then, of course, you can join our community through that. And, of course, the community is free to join and growing rapidly. We just hit 1.5K members in that server, so it's rapidly growing over the past 2 months. We only have one thing today, a pretty short fireside. We have an update from Rich on Livepeer Foundation. Just a few announcements on my end to share out to folks. We're maintaining fees. We hit an all-time high 3 weeks ago, and we've maintained a little bit lower, but still pretty high fees on network. In addition, we have we hit 50% participation quickly, and now we've just dropped below it at 49.6%. So please, I encourage everybody to delegate on Livepeer's network so we can get the participation above 50%. All right, up now is Rich. Welcome, Rich.
Hello. Quick mic check. Can you hear me?
Hello. Yes.
Fantastic. Thank you very much, as always, N. And yeah, super excited to present to you a very important update from the Livepeer Foundation. So to jump straight in, for those of you who don't know, the mission of the Livepeer Foundation is to steward the strategy, ecosystem growth, and core development of the Livepeer project. Next slide. And I think it's key to it's very visible to everyone who is a core contributor within the Livepeer community that Livepeer project is at a really critical juncture in its history. Next slide. We have capital ready to be deployed in the on-chain treasury, within Livepeer Inc., within the Livepeer Foundation, and also other new capital forming vehicles. We have demand increasing, particularly for real-time video AI, but also with an AI agent narrative and new decentralized video protocols. And finally, we have contributors that have been funded through SPEs who are really eager to contribute, make high-value contributions to the Livepeer network protocol and project in general. Next slide. But another thing that we have lacked as a project, and this is the view of the Livepeer Foundation, is that we've lacked an aligned strategy with coordinated execution. We have had lots of activity within the project over the last year, but not all of that activity has been rowing in the same direction. And what that's led to is a lot of double work. It's led to missed opportunities, and overall a lot of high energy, a lot of high input, but not necessarily the full capacity for what we could be doing as a project. Next slide. And this is why we launched the Livepeer Foundation in the first place. We launched the foundation as a vehicle for ecosystem participation to make sure that all ecosystem participants, anyone who is an orchestrator, core contributor, builder, SPE member, a special purpose entity member, is really, and also thinking of token holders, are really involved in the strategy setting and execution process of the Livepeer project as a whole. And we established this OODA loop, which is where we have the current state of being of the Livepeer project. This is the world environment as input. And then we observed what's happening through the advisory boards, through the community, qualitative and quantitative data, and through real-time data as well, baked within the Explorer. And we've just finished this second stage with the advisory boards, which I'll come on to in a minute. And then we're looking to orient ourselves. How do we really make sure that we're aligned strategically to go in the right direction? And that is what I'm going to be talking about today in more detail. And then the token holders will decide by voting on different proposals on the on-chain treasury. And then the action and execution occurs through contributors, SPEs, and external talent to then work hard to sprint at a series of different projects and to create that new world where there's environment as input. Next slide. And really pleased to say that the initial advisory board process has been completed. And this is where particularly those first two phases of surveying the community and real-time data within there, and then recommending, first of all, defining the problem space through strategic pillars, and then making tactical recommendations for the next 6 to 12 months of where the project could be going. And these advisory boards, as a reminder, have been across 4 different areas of the project. We had an advisory board for growth, network, markets, and governance. And each one had a different remit to think through how the Livepeer project could mobilize all of the financial and human resources within it and ensure that we are working on high priority items over the next 6 to 12 months. Next slide. Now, for those of you who haven't seen, we published as of last week, or 2 weeks ago now, sorry, the advisory boards have published their tactical recommendations, and I really recommend everyone to go away and have a look. Oh, we're changing sizes. To go away and have a look at these recommendations. They're on the forum under the advisory board section, and these were comprehensive, exhaustive recommendations over the next 6 to 12 months by each of those advisory boards. Next slide. There's a little typo. The the foundation, what we're focusing on now is to action these recommendations. It should say is now, the focus is now to action these recommendations with effective execution. And our role at the foundation has been a very difficult role where we have to try and take all of those different recommendations from different advisory boards, see where there's overlaps between each advisory board, because often there are, particularly, for instance, within growth and network, how do we go to market as a project, or between markets and governance, how do we ensure that LPT, the native token of Livepeer, has maximum governance and utility, and to really then synthesize all of these different recommendations into very actionable groups that can move the project forward and ensure that there is a roadmap across all of these different areas. Next slide. So that is why today Livepeer is introducing work streams, and we see this as a new era of execution for the Livepeer project as a whole, and a new way for core contributors to really get involved with the Livepeer project, new and existing core contributors, in a high value, effective way. Next slide. So what I'll come on to in a minute is work streams are effectively a way of packaging and prioritizing critical work to be done. And like any product manager, as an example, we need to be focused on what we should be doing now, what we should be doing next, and what we should be doing beyond. So making sure that any mission critical or urgent items are dealt with now, and then the longer term items are started now, but are really focused on next. And then those big ticket items might take a year or 2 years to come into fruition, but ensuring that we're thinking long term when it comes to the project roadmap. Too often we see projects are either focusing so much on the beyond, they can't prioritize what to do now, or so much on the now that we lose the bigger picture. And so we see these work streams as breaking down into different ambitions, and each work stream also has a different owner. So to give an example, next slide, we might see the brand and communications work stream. And this ambition might be to build a globally recognized brand for video and AI infrastructure. And we would break this down based off of those tactical recommendations. We broke down that work stream into this now, next, and beyond, with now focusing on the next 4 or 5 months of 2025. So for instance, it would be relaunch the Livepeer brand, creating a new brand strategy, integrating video and AI narratives, launching this brand by end of year, and announcing a new brand with a large IRL activation, such as at DevConnect. Also then saying, okay, what do we then focus on next? We drive awareness at scale. So that's integrating the Livepeer's new brand in the developer journey, launching new campaigns showcasing Livepeer's AI and video capabilities, and building new partnerships with leading AI media ecosystems. And then, for instance, looking at beyond, where in this case, obviously, the beyond is much more open from a roadmap perspective, far less scoped than what we are working on now. So we could, for instance, have beyond readying the brand for enterprise usage, or thinking around new offerings and use cases as the network matures. So this sort of structure is what we've done for each individual work stream. And it's a way of ensuring that all of the conversations that happen within Livepeer, particularly within the Discord, have their relevant place. And what we've seen time and time again, as this is not just within Livepeer ecosystem, this is in general within particularly Web3 or crypto native projects. So there's a lot of conversation, but how do we turn that conversation into something actionable, not just now, but next and beyond? So I'm not going to go into each work stream in this amount of detail, but I will quickly present each work stream, and you can then go away and have a look at the breakdown. Next slide. So we have 9 work streams in total that we're going to focus on. So first of all, the first work stream I've already presented on brand and communications, and this ambition is really building a globally recognized brand for video and AI infrastructure. The second work stream is an exciting work stream focused on Livepeer builders, where we really want to create a community of high-value builders to generate demand and explore go-to-market bets. The third one is around core contributor coordination, and this is particularly the creation of a new contributor hub to accelerate the project roadmap with high-performing talent. So how do we attract new core contributors to the network that are highly skilled and are really motivated to work on the world's open video infrastructure? And ecosystem data and tooling. And this is how we create the network's intelligence layer within a best-in-class Explorer. There's been a lot of discussion about the Explorer, and we're really excited to have a dedicated work stream to this, where we're looking at all of the data sources within the Livepeer project, streamlining them, and then obviously trying to integrate them within the Explorer, also improving that delegator experience. So these are the first 4. And now we'll move on to the final 5. So we also have LPT participation, and this is really driving awareness around the economic opportunities of participating in the Livepeer project. And it's a great way of really ensuring that our value proposition is communicated clearly to sophisticated stakeholders across in global geographies. The next one is core research and development, a key work stream, which with the ambition of building a secure, adaptable core protocol with a unified developer experience across different applications, and rapid upgrade cycles on the protocol to ensure that protocol upgrades can happen fast and effectively. The next is the real-time AI video opportunity, and this is create the leading real-time video AI platform and community. And obviously this one, we've been working closely with Livepeer Inc., who are really owning and driving this go-to-market bet forward, with exciting progress being made with Daydream and the new API that will be launched soon. Please do check it out, daydream.live. And that is really the central hub within Livepeer Inc., working on that real-time AI video opportunity. Next, we think about orchestrators, the life and soul of the Livepeer project, and the GPU supply that is so critical to ensuring that we can scale supply as demand as demand scales, we can make sure that we match it with scaled supply. And this is developing a high-performance dynamic compute marketplace for AI augmented media. And then finally, active capital management. So this is creating new opportunities to increase value accrual and increase value accrual to Livepeer's treasury and capital, particularly around the tokenomics behind the Livepeer protocol, and thinking around the on-chain treasury, things like turning on the treasury cap and active treasury management of the existing funds within the on-chain treasury. So as you can see, we've identified 9 different work streams that are critical to the success of the Livepeer project, and this is each one of these will have their own roadmap and will have a defined owner. And like I said, with this a clear ambition. So with this in mind, next slide. These changes that are coming, this new format of work streams, will require new teams, tools, incentives, and a really solid financial foundation. And it's a really exciting opportunity for everyone in the community to really orient themselves around these mission critical work streams and think, okay, how do I really, where is my skill set really suited to contribute to? And this is where we'll be particularly thinking of new incentives and funding mechanisms, where we'll be launching the new bounty program with RFPs and having these new funding mechanisms, new mechanisms in general, to ensure that contributors can contribute time and resources to where they're going to be most effective for the Livepeer project as a whole. Next slide. And we're also excited to say that following on from this week, the Livepeer Foundation will also be submitting a proposal to steward this roadmap through the different work streams and really fund these mission critical ones. So we are going to be putting forward a plan for each work stream that the foundation would be looking to steward, and also thinking of the new mechanisms for which contributors can get involved. We're going to try and get this out on Wednesday. It's a lot to do, so we apologize if it will be slightly after. But this has the full focus of the foundation, because we know that the contributor community is really raring to go and hungry to contribute high value work as effectively as possible. And I think final slide. Yeah, awesome. So we really have a request for comments from particularly orchestrators and core contributors, but really anyone within the Livepeer ecosystem that is excited for the future vision of the Livepeer project. And we would really ask everyone within the community to think, okay, these are the individual work streams that will exist. What in each work stream has been omitted? What do you think should be added? What do you think you're not 100% sure with, and either should be amended or removed? So it's a really easy way. You can think of it as CRUD, really easy way to give feedback. And we would love to hear from the community, preferably this week. Obviously, there's a lot of core contributors, so it's the sooner we can start getting to reading feedback, the better. And we ask you to do this by the end of day, Monday, August 13th. What I will say as a disclaimer is that obviously the act of synthesis and building a roadmap, as any product manager will tell you, does require the word no. And this is one thing that the foundation will be looking to do, is really ensure that we're prioritizing mission critical work first. And that might mean that any feedback or any suggestion that you put forward is not included. But we also encourage you to please don't take it personally. This is something that will be an ongoing discussion, and we're super excited to get to check our blind spots in particular. What have we missed, and to get this feedback in from the contributor and orchestrator community. Awesome. There was a lot there. I really, please do, if you can take one thing away, it's scanning this QR code or heading over to the forum. And please do spend some time, set aside 15-20 minutes to go through. And if you have any feedback, it would be awesome to hear from you by the end of day, Monday or August 13th. And otherwise, I will be giving a further update on the proposal, hopefully this time next week with the Fireside. So thank you very much. And N is
Awesome.
back.
Great job, Rich. Super exciting time to see this coming to fruition and seeing the next steps be delivered to the community. And I think we're all excited to get into it. So yeah, thank you again for all your hard work over at Foundation. And again, encourage the community, scan the QR code, give your feedback. And yeah, any other comments or thoughts or just reflections on the process for you?
Whew, lots of thoughts and reflections on the process. It's been an amazing experience doing this, and really like collective sense making with the community as a whole has been huge. It is really difficult to make these decisions. Why isn't something included? Why is this included? That's always challenging. But the fact that so many great ideas have sort of bubbled up from the advisory boards, but also from the community survey that we did at the beginning, has been an amazing process to think, that building in public and ensuring that you're constantly getting community feedback is key, right, to the success of any project. So we're really excited to be coming out this phase of publishing forum posts, which people are rightly like, okay, calm down on the forum post, but it does take a long time to get, particularly first time, to get this alignment. And now we're really excited to sort of go into execution mode, where it's like, we now know what we're going to do. Let's sprint at it and let's hold ourselves accountable and ship effectively. So yeah, super
And one
excited.
comment from Marley is it the, because the 13th is today, is it the 18th? Was that what the intended date was?
Thank you very much. Who has pointed that it is Monday, August the 18th. So thank you for whoever has corrected that. There is no such thing as Monday, August the 13th. So yes, Monday, August 18th. Thank you.
All right. Well, thank you, Rich, again. And I'm pretty sure everyone is eagerly awaiting the, as we're going to dig into it and how we're going to dig into it and what that process is going to look like. So until next time.
Awesome. Thank you as always, N. Ciao, ciao.
All right. A short one today. Again, for those who are watching on Twitter, if you're interested in any of the work streams that Rich had mentioned today, you're interested in learning more about Livepeer, getting involved in Livepeer as a project, scan the QR code and join our Discord where everything is happening. And I think a reflection for me, and I've been reflecting a lot. I've been at Livepeer a little over a year now. And I think, at least in my time, I think we've become a stronger community. I think we have grown. I think we have shipped. And I am excited for this new iteration where we're actually going to have these workflows and these pillars where we're all pushing together. I think it will make us more unified. And I think for Web3 as an industry, we are ahead of the curve. I know it feels like a lot of work, and I know it feels like maybe that it can be a bit slow, but I think we are ahead of the game in terms of what a decentralized community really looks like. It doesn't look like this mass of people just doing whatever it looks like, an intentional process and an understanding of what we all collectively want together and how we achieve that through a regimented process. So anyway, I think we're making decentralized happen. I think we are, forging a very strong path for the industry and an example for the industry. So again, thank you all for your continuing to show up, for your hard work, building Livepeer as a network. And I think the next number of months will only become more excellent at achieving those goals. So yes, as Noma said in chat, great job, team. And we will see you next time. Bye, y'all.